and welcome to A Cup of Conversation on BRT2 TV. My name is John Ghazi, and in the studio today we are talking about the world of boxing here in North Cyprus. And my guests are, well, a gentleman who was here a few years ago on the programme, Yiltan Zabit, who is the head of the Federation of the TRNC Boxing Federation. I have another great gentleman, Mr. Mehmet Pasha, and he is a trainer, he's part of the federation, he's a man who has really brought boxing up to a high level in the TRNC. And finally, last but by no means least, I have Shukri Atta Hassan, or better known in the world of boxing as Sugar Hassan, and he's actually going to be talking about his life as a boxer. And it's going to be a very, very interesting programme, lots of great news for all of you interested in this sport. So first of all, gentlemen, welcome to the programme.
Hi, how are you?
Now let's start with you, Yiltan. Was it 2 years ago I think you came on the programme, yes?
Yeah, I think so. In every event you always give us an opportunity, and
yes,
thanks for this opportunity.
You're more than welcome. I think the last time you were here, you were talking about an event where you had boxing matches and you brought guests over from the UK, yes? British boxers?
Yes, British boxer, but this time we making a match between Palestine and our national team.
Yes, next weekend we've got a great event for all you boxing fans, so stay tuned to the programme to find out more. So you are the head of the federation, yes?
Yes.
How long have you been involved with boxing in general? You're a boxer yourself, yes?
Yeah, I do. I'm not a professional boxer, but I train, try my best.
How many years have you been involved with boxing?
When I was 26, I started.
Yeah.
I'm 35, 9 years.
9 years. And how long have you been with the federation?
About 5 years now.
And I remember you saying to me before that the federation was established back in the 90s, but it had a bit of a break, didn't it, for a while?
In 92.
92.
They started the federation, but there was an accident. Someone injured badly.
Yeah.
And they stopped the federation until 2012.
And then now you've been part of that since it's been re-established.
Exactly.
Fantastic. Now, Mehmet, we met for the first time a few weeks back.
That's right, yeah.
When you had some great news. You came into the radio with Yiltan.
Yeah.
And let's find out more about you. Now, I know that you have a long history in boxing. Tell us a bit about your background, please.
God, where should I start? Obviously, you know, born and bred in the UK. Started boxing, Thai boxing actually at 15 years old before moving into boxing at around 18. Became a full-time coach in my 30s really, and been doing it ever since, but obviously for the best part of 30 years been involved in boxing, both amateur, semi-pro and now pro boxing as well. Been a professional boxing coach for the past 8 years. You know, I love the sport, I really do. It's a great way to train, great way to discipline yourself. Has many other aspects, you know, aside from the match, you know, the ego and the bravado that goes on around in boxing. We've got, you know, you can really shine there. You know, so I've seen some fighters really develop. You know, you've got the big fight this weekend with AJ and Joseph Parker. AJ started the boxing game quite late. He's a gentleman of the sport. Both of them are great, you know, characters in the sport. They've, you know, a good icon for these young kids to look up and emulate. So we've got boxing's really coming into its frontier at the moment. A lot of great fighters out there, a lot of great fights on the horizon, and hopefully we can bring some of those great fights to the TRNC very soon.
I'm looking forward to that. You're actually based now in the Pillar area, aren't you?
That's
you
right,
have your own gym there?
I've got my own little personal training studio there. I do make my rounds around the island. I go to Famagusta and Kyrene quite a lot.
Yeah.
Just to, you know, help local fighters, see what they're doing, see how they're developing, help some of the coaches as well. I'm probably going to do a little bit more of that as well. Obviously, with the new federation that we've formed, we want to raise the standard of boxing in the TRNC, make it a little bit more professional, raise the standards of the coaches, the referees. You know, Yiltan's done a fantastic job over the past 5 years. We've got great referees, great judges. We've had some phenomenal organisations. We brought fighters over from the UK.
Yeah.
Unprecedented to what's gone on in the past in the TRNC, and you know, we just hope to build on that now.
Are you on the committee of the federation as well? Are you actively involved?
I'm part of the BIBA TRNC. I was once part of the Boxing Federation amateur stable, but because of work commitments and stuff like that, I couldn't really maintain. It wasn't fair for me to commit myself at that time, but I always kept in touch with Yiltan, and obviously on the radio show recently, we had that fantastic announcement with our association with BIBA TRNC, and recently, as far as yesterday, we've got confirmation that the IBF, the International Boxing Federation, have accepted and will sanction a professional title fight here on the island as well now.
That's great news. We'll hold that news for us for a bit longer, so we'll come back to that. That's a great announcement. You said to me when we were chatting on Facebook Messenger that you have a great announcement, so thanks for slipping that in at the moment. And last but by no means least, we've got, everyone's calling you Sugar, even though your name is Shukri. We all know where Sugar comes from your name, Shukri. So can we call you Sugar?
You can indeed, yeah, that's fine.
Now, it's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.
I met your father a few months back, and we tried to get you to come into the studio, but I know that you are a teacher at the British Culture College in Lefkosha, and so you couldn't really get time off. But today you made a special.
They gave me the day off today.
Yes, to be able to promote what you're doing. So you're an English teacher, aren't you?
I am indeed. Yes.
By trade at the moment.
By trade, and boxer as well, obviously.
Right. So you're also another London Cypriot, yes?
Born in London and raised in London. Moved out here just under 2 years ago now.
From your background, and I got some information from the internet that my colleague Denise passed on to me, you were first a footballer back in the UK, weren't you, when you were younger?
I was signed to Millwall for a long time. Before being told I was too small and not strong enough. And then went on to play semi-professional football until I lost the love for the game and to play it. I didn't feel the need to play it anymore. I didn't want to play it anymore. So I turned to boxing and there you go.
And it sort of chose you as well in a way, didn't it? I mean, there you were training and then all of a sudden you became professional. Yeah,
I just went for just to train, just to keep fit and told I could do a good job in the ring and went on to fight. And then that's what's brought me to here and to Pasha, really.
Interesting story, because the reason why I'm asking is that from a team sport like football, where you're one of the players and you're not always in the spotlight, but to come under a different sport like boxing, where it's one-on-one and all the emphasis on what you're doing, two very completely different sports, not like two team sports or two individual sports. It's a big change. Was it a big change for you?
It is, because boxing's a very lonely sport once you're in the ring.
Yeah.
Well, people say it's a lonely sport. I don't think so, because we work so closely together. Even when I'm in the ring on my own, I know he's there, and I don't feel alone. So it's a team thing. Whatever I'm doing in the ring, he's put the effort in as well. Pasha has worked hard to get me to there, So it's not really a solo sport. No, it's still a team sport. We have great sparring sessions at the other gyms, and Yiltan helps out, and it's a team thing. It's a team thing. So really, no, it's not much of a difference.
So it's not a big difference going from football to boxing. You still got all that, friendly banter.
You still got the friendly banter. You still got the will to win.
Yeah.
And that's the main thing: the will to win and wanting to win.
Yeah.
And the heart is what you need.
Amazing. I know the story I heard on the radio that you actually used to have from before, when you went to a gym and Mehmet trained you and you said, that's enough, I can't do it again. He really did it too much.
I went to train for the first time ever putting any kind of gloves on to fight, and went into this gym to train, and Pasha was the coach, and I walked out of that gym saying, I'm never going back to that gym ever again. I never want to train with him. He killed me. It was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. And then look at us now.
And then you went back to his, all of a sudden, you found yourself in North Cyprus and then walking into his gym.
I came on holiday and I asked a friend of mine to find me a boxing gym that I can go and train at while I'm here. And he recommended the gym in Famagusta. And when I walked in, he was just standing there like that. And I thought,
welcome back.
Should I run?
Couldn't run out. Did you remember Sugar from that very first time that day or not?
No.
You don't? He remembers you though?
He remembers me. Obviously, I've had a lot of fighters go through my hands and trained so many people over the years. It's hard to keep up with everyone. But listen, we've formed a fantastic relationship now. He's like an older son to me at the moment. He works, he listens. Older son, let me change that. Younger brother. All right. He listens. We've got a great connection. Yeah. He listens. He does exactly what I say, and the proof will be on the 8th of April when we step out into the ring just to show what we've done.
We will see what's going to emerge from all this training, all the hard work that you've all been doing. Fantastic. We look forward to the match. We'll talk more about that in a minute. But Yiltan, so in the early 2000s, when the federation came up again, did you have many boxers here in North Cyprus? Were there people boxing?
We didn't have any gym, just I think only gym was Pasha's.
Yeah?
So he was the only trainer, I think, as I remember.
pretty much.
We didn't have much boxers,
Yeah.
but then we made training courses, trainers we had, and
Yeah.
because of them we had more boxers. Now we have about 150 boxers
Under the federation?
under the federation.
That's a big
yeah.
number. 150 is a very good
Yeah.
number to have in such a small country like this.
Yeah.
That means that the sport is very popular.
Yeah, it's getting.
Getting there, I think.
Now it's gonna be with our, in our federation we have amateur and we divided it to professional as well now.
Yeah.
Pasha is the head of the professional boxing
Yeah.
side, and we going to events, we joining with Sugar. Now after with Sugar they're gonna see him and it's gonna be more popular, I think.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. Are there now more gyms, boxing gyms, in the TRNC, or is it just mainly Pasha's gym again?
No,
Do
we have now like about 15 gyms we have. We have our own federation's gym as well.
Oh, yeah. Where is that? Where is that federation gym?
Inside Walled City, inside the city.
In Lefkoşa?
In Lefkoşa, Walled City.
Right. And that's a gym where you can train, and also there's a ring where
Yeah,
you can
we have ring.
fights.
It's not a full gym bar, like it's not. We don't have everything, but still is enough for us.
That's really good. I mean, Pasha, from you starting it off really here again,
Yeah.
being one of the first professional trainers.
Yeah.
Now it's good to hear that there are at least 150 youngsters out there who are interested in the sport.
Listen, okay, when I came over here, there wasn't much boxing. Obviously, I started something. I brought Derek Chisora over. He trained over here a couple of times. Ian Lewison, some good talents in the UK, and some household names in the UK. What Yiltan and the Amateur Boxing Federation has done, created more trainers, judges, referees, and developed fighters. We've had regular shows, not only bringing fighters over from the UK, but local shows as well. The interest of boxing and the foundations of boxing have been firmly set by Yiltan and his team. They've done an outstanding job, an absolutely outstanding job to raise the profile of boxing, to be a sport, not just something that we do on the streets.
Yeah.
And these kids, not everyone might want to be a fighter. Some they can go into become a referee, a judge, or a coach. So we've got avenues there, and I'm sure as we develop and as we progress, we're going to increase more courses, give them an opportunity to step into the professional arena as well, not just as a fighter, as a coach, a referee, a judge, a cutsman, a hand wrapper. There's so many aspects of boxing that we look at, and the reason why we chose Bieber as someone that we want to work with is because there are high standards of safety for fighters. We've got a new safety for fighters charter as far as head trauma, diets, weight maintenance, training. Everything is going to be under our control on such a strict level that we're not going to have the errors that the previous heads of federation made with tragic accidents. I mean, it happens, and it's going to happen in such a high level of sport and the contact sport.
It happens in all sports.
It happens in all sports. But what we're trying to do is reduce the effects and show the people, mainly in the TRNC, and I know a lot of people outside, in the world understand this a little bit better, but educate these people a little bit more to realise that it's not just a thug sport. It's a sport. It takes skill. It takes discipline, commitment, and we've got the foundations there to develop immensely over the next few years.
And we would like to mention that BIBA is the British and Irish Boxing Association,
That's
isn't
correct,
it? So we'll talk about the recent signing of the contracts and how it will affect the boxers here in the future when they come to a certain level. Now, Sugar, back in the UK, so you gave up, you lost your love for football and found that you had a new love for boxing.
Yes.
So becoming, sparring in the gyms, to becoming a professional boxer. What happened? I mean, did you see that there was a light there? Did the trainer say, you've got the talent, why don't you take it up seriously? How far did you take it up to in the UK?
I sort of got thrown into it, really. Not thrown into it, but I mean, I was training hard in the gym and they asked me if I wanted to have a fight, unlicensed boxing. And I started off like that, and I went in there and I started winning fights and started building a profile for myself. I lost my last 2 fights and then decided to have a little break until I got to here. And then what Pasha has done with me is he's completely changed me as a fighter. As a person, really. I think about things differently now and I fight differently, and I'm like reborn again, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm not the same fighter I used to be back in England. I'm totally different. I'm smarter now. I move better now, and I'm looking forward to getting in that ring now. Whereas before I was just going in to have a fight. Like you said, it's not a thuggish game. It's a smart game. You have to be smart, and Pasha's turned me into that fighter.
I think the energy that we're getting, and especially in recent times, over the years when we've had people like David Haye coming to Cyprus, training here and wearing the Turkish flag on his shorts, and then again now with you as flying the flag for us back in the UK, now here in the TRNC, I think the golden days of boxing are rising again. From the days when we had people like Muhammad Ali, who we lost a few years ago. Do you think the popularity of the sport is rising again?
It is, of course.
Everywhere.
All over the world.
Yeah.
It's and I'm just proud to be part of this, where we're going to put our flag out to the rest of the world, on the world stage.
So when was the last time you had a fight in the UK?
It was just over 2 years ago now.
So you haven't had any proper fights here since you've moved out?
No fights.
So next weekend, when you have this match with the Palestinians, it'll be your first time...
In 2 years.
In 2 years, officially in that ring?
Yes.
When you came to Cyprus, and before you met Mehmet Pasha, did you have the idea that I want to continue, or did you want to give up the sport?
Yeah, before I came, I was obviously talking to Pasha. I used to come out in the summer and train with him, so I was talking to Pasha and he knew I was coming, and then we started to get things in progress to move on with my boxing, to change me, to make me a better fighter, and not just for myself, for the country, for North Cyprus. We had big plans, and what these two have put together this last month is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. It's changing everything.
So it's really brought up the level of boxing here, I think.
Yes.
And like I said, 2 years ago, when Yiltan came onto my programme to talk about the matches with the guys from the UK, I never really thought about boxing here in the TRNC, whether there was actually a federation, whether there was actually people out there boxing, properly. But now, again, we can see down the line that it's getting better and better. And Yiltan, have you seen a change over the years now with the level of boxing here in North Cyprus? Is everyone getting better now, more professional?
Yeah, we have a lot change because we trained our coaches. We have more coach now, and they train their boxers, and we have a chance for professional, and they watch the professional matches in YouTube, and they they improve themselves.
Yeah. So do we have trainers and boxers in Mausa, in Lefkoşa, in Girne? Are there different places where you can meet and go boxing, yes?
Yeah, everywhere. We have gyms, they train in there. Sometimes we talk with the trainers, each other, and they make them to make a sparring sessions in one gym.
Very, very interesting. And so I remember last time when you came over, you came with a foreign trainer, I think. He was Korea.
Yeah, Jose.
Yeah, and is everything above board now? All the level of the standard of the boxing is what the standard would be in the UK or in another country. Yeah, all the regulations and rules, hopefully.
Yeah, with the BIBA now we gonna be with
even better.
Even better.
Mehmet, talk about BIBA then, because 2 weeks ago you came onto my programme on the radio and you were really excited about signing with a guy, is it Gianluca?
Gianluca De Caro, yeah.
Yeah, he was here, you brought him over to the island and you signed, you, Yiltan and Gianluca, and officially now, BIBA, we have BIBA TRNC, yes?
That's correct, yeah. We're part of we're a sister company of a very large organisation that is developing at a rate of knots now. Obviously, in the UK, you've got the British Board of Boxing Control, which is seen as the #1 professional boxing body, but BIBA is fast catching them up. We're getting a lot of fighters moving over from the British Board of Boxing Control over to BIBA. We've got some great trainers. We've got another 5 or 6 commissions coming on board very soon. We've got Malta, Afghanistan, India, There's a few more in line. Obviously, we're part of the Professional Boxing Commission, the IBF, WBF. All of these guys have contacted me over the recent weeks. The WBF want to do something over here with us. As I said earlier on, the IBF have now agreed to sanction a fight over here, which is amazing news for us. Obviously, we've got some work to do financially on that one, but
yeah, I mean, let me press the pause button there for a second, because there's lots of information to take in here.
Sorry.
First of all, being part of BIBA means that, you know, you have certain regulations to you know, meet.
That's correct.
Will they ever come over and check the standard?
We will.
Here?
I mean, the standard protocols that we've got in place now are in at a European level. All our fighters will go through rigorous health checks, MRI scans, blood testing, doctors' checkups, regular weight checks. Our officials will be up to standard. In the interim, we'll have to bring officials over from other countries to help us raise the standard of our local officials. Cutsmen, judges, medical staff, everything will be done according to BIBA standards, which for parents and people out there that want to come and watch boxing or their children are interested in boxing, you now know there's a proper foundation, health checks, safety for the fighter and the individual in place here in the TRNC. So we're up there, and we're going to only improve as time goes on to develop a fantastic team of people. We spoke about earlier on about boxing, about football being a team sport. Well, I guarantee you, boxing could not be where it is if we haven't got the team of what Yiltan's provided, what we've got, and what we continue to develop.
So BIBA are now saying to you that they might organise an international fight here in the TRNC. Now the next, the fight that we're talking about, the boxing night, Showtime, says the poster, and you've got the TRNC boxing team with a mixed team from Palestine, and this is on Sunday, the 8th of April at, well, doors open at 3 p.m. it says?
That's correct, yeah. That's
and
right.
entry is free at the Azuk Sports Salon. So at the Sports Salon, you're going to be setting up the ring.
Yeah.
Everyone can come and watch.
Yeah.
And if there was ever a BIBA fight here, again, would that be the location that you'd have?
No, we'll probably have to step it up a little bit. We'll have to go to, I mean, obviously, because of the costings and everything else, obviously, the platform for what we're doing now at the Atatürk Sports Stadium is on an amateur level.
Yeah.
It's actually going to be Sugar's last amateur fight at this level. The next fight he will have will be his debut fight as a professional fight under the BIBA TRNC banner. And we hope to do that sometime very soon.
Right.
Well, another announcement coming of that very soon. So that's what we hope. What we want to do, we're going to get the BIBA TRNC, we're going to get BIBA, TRNC, the TRNC flag out there on the world stage. I know David Hayes did it, but this is a homegrown fighter that we've got from here, going out there and representing. And hopefully we can have a few more fighters coming through the ranks as well. Now, the next show, if we do an international show here, we're going to need the casinos to come up. We're going to need the government to help us with a bit of funding. Any sponsors out there that want to come and join, we need money. Listen, we're going to go out worldwide TV as well on this one. So there's a huge, there's a huge media forum here, huge platform for us to get out there and show the world what we're good at, and it's entertaining.
It is getting more popular, the sport now, and you know there are companies out there vying for matches, showing it live, screening it around the world. So the sport is getting higher and higher profile as the weeks and months go by. Now, Sugar, I mean, you know, it's quite difficult to be a teacher. I know that also you're newly married. Congratulations on your marriage as well. And also finding the time to train as well. I mean, how often now do you, I mean, we've got a fight coming up in a week's time. How often are you training? How much do you train?
I will train up till Friday, and then I'll have a little couple of sessions on Saturday and Sunday with Pasha, and then I'll just do some light training during the week until Thursday, I believe.
That's right.
That's right.
So do you hit the gym then all the time and just do a bit of...
Hit the gym, sparring, bag work, cardio, strengthening. Whatever the boss tells me to do, I do. You
do it, of course. The boss is the boss, isn't he? He is the man who will make you or break you, I suppose.
Well, we're that close, and it isn't like you know, he's my coach. I listen to everything he tells me, but it's not like that as well. I can just message him and say, what am I doing today? And he will tell me, or he will message me and say, you're doing this, or we'll speak on the phone. Yeah. And I'll have my weekly plan ready by him already, you know, so it's such a good relationship. It works so well.
One thing I noticed about the sport is that there is no sort of like age limit, and you actually came to the sport a little bit maybe later than other people might have. So there's no sort of, oh, you know, if you miss it out when you're younger, you can't be a good boxer. Would you now, let's say somebody who's out there watching, parents or young kids, young guys and girls out there, would you say to them, if you're interested in this type of sport?
Doesn't matter what age you are, you can start.
Do it.
You can start. Doesn't
Follow
matter
your
what
heart.
age you are. Of course.
If you're interested, go for it.
Of course, I started when I was 27, which is quite late in boxing.
Yeah.
But where I train constantly, and I don't feel like I'm 34 now. I still feel like I'm in my early 20s.
Yeah.
I'm training with people in their early 20s, you know, and age is just a number. It doesn't matter how old you are in anything. Not
But
just
when it
boxing,
comes-
but in anything, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. When we think of sport here at the TRNC, it's always like, you know, football or basketball, maybe a bit of tennis, a bit of swimming. But really, boxing is never coming to the forefront. But now I think it is getting
It's
out
coming.
there.
It's coming. And some of the people I've trained with lately, it shows that it's actually quite a big sport, because some of the boys are really good.
Yeah, they're developing.
And they're going to produce some great fighters from this country in the next few years, I promise you.
Some parents might be a bit worried about the safety of the sport, but now that we are under, you know, the federation and with BIBA stepping in as well, do you think that it's, you know, if it's all done properly and people are not messing about, then it's
Everything's done properly, even down to sparring. It's controlled sparring.
Yeah.
You know, you never put anyone in that is new with someone that has experience.
Yeah.
And if you do, it's controlled. They look after each other. It's very controlled and very relaxed environment. It's
And
not.
I mean, recently, as last week, we had a team from the Army, British Army, the poachers, come over. We had a sparring session. Great support. I mean, you already see what we're doing here in the TRNC. You've got a British Army team coming over from Decalia, bringing their team, the poachers, coming over, sharing their experience with us, with a great sparring session. Learnt a lot. They learnt a lot. They helped us. You can already see what we're doing here in the TRNC for boxing, raising the profile, to show people that it's a safe, controlled sport. We're not just two macho guys going out trying to knock 10 tons out of each other, as it were. But we're here to coach, to learn, to teach, to educate, and you know, and develop.
It's a way of life as well, isn't it? It's the discipline it teaches you, and you know, it's not just about fighting. You don't have to fight if you want to start boxing as well. You can go into the boxing gyms and just train and box.
Yeah.
Just for training reasons. But boxing is a way of life. It's not just a sport, it's a way of life.
I think even Turkey, I mean, when I watch some of the Turkish TV channels, even they now have got, you know, they're showing international fights, and there are sort of like some TV personalities. I mean, there's a program called Survivor. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but some of the people that he's got from, like, you know, the world of sport, he's got a few athletes, a few footballers, but also a few boxers, and even a female boxer was on the program, on the show last year. So he's been becoming popular. Are there any female boxers, by the way?
There are. There's quite a few. There's some great. Yeah. I mean, you know, Muhammad Ali's, rest God rest his soul, his daughter was Laila Ali was a boxer.
Yeah.
In fact, Gianluca's partner, Marianne, she's a fighter. She's an IBF fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's quite a few. Boxing is really making, you know, hitting all walks of life at the moment. You know, the profile, as you said earlier on, the profile of boxing is increasing over the past couple of years. I mean, this weekend you've got Anthony Joshua fighting Joseph Parker for a unification fight. Yeah. And these two have conducted themselves in their utmost respect for each other. A little bit like the old Henry Cooper days of respecting one another, the fighters. It's been unbelievable. You know, you've got two massive icons in the sport that kids and, you know, budding professionals can look up to and say, look, listen, this is what you can achieve.
Yeah.
And you can achieve, you know. It's about setting your mind in the right mindset with the right people. And this is what we've done here in the TRNC. We're giving you the platform to do what you want. We're going to open these doors for you. You know, you've got every opportunity now to take that step. You know, we're going to try and get the sport into the colleges, into the schools.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, show the TRNC that boxing is a sport, not just something that you do at weekends.
It's a proper sport that, you know, with all the proper regulations and rules. And like you said, I mean, people become icons, become heroes to other people in the sport because, you know, of their matches and being gentlemanly, and, you know, you shake your hands and then you do your match may the best man win at the end of the day.
absolutely.
But it is a good sport. Yiltan, you said there are about 150 people, youngsters out there in the sport. Now, how many people will be taking part in the match next week? We've got a team from the TRNC. How many boxers will there be from the TRNC in the match?
7 boxers.
7, including
Sugar, and 7 from Palestine.
And is that are they your best 7 then? The best you think so far? The top 7?
We can't say that, but yeah.
You're trying to get the level higher now, and I think, Mehmet, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but with, being part of BIBA as well, does that mean that once the TRNC boxers here get a certain standard, can they then go abroad and fight?
Absolutely. Well, I mean, obviously they have to go through the health checks, etc. Like Sugar's doing at the moment. He's going through all the necessary health checks to get his professional license, and then we'll take it from there. Obviously, they need to meet a certain standard. Not only will it be from us, but I will send videos of Sugar out to the adjudicators over for BIBA head office to check and make sure that we're not going to just give anyone a professional license because we want to get them out there. They need to represent us correctly. They need to represent us, to be the best, in the country, but also to be able to perform on the world stage. I firmly believe that Sugar can perform on the world stage. And that's our next step, that's our next goal. And we will send our fighters or turn our fighters over to be professionals accordingly. And there's a lot we need to learn as well. We need to develop. We've been developing all the way through. We're not as ignorant enough to know that we know everything. I certainly don't. I'm still learning. I speak to people all around the world now on boxing, and it's great. My love for boxing is there again. We've got some great fights coming up on the professional calendar. Everything, every single turn that we're taking at the moment is increasing our professional status and the value of boxing.
Yiltan, you had boxers from the UK, now you've got boxers from Palestine. It's becoming very international, and it's really recognition for North Cyprus, isn't it? When you think about all these countries, you'll have guests coming over from Palestine, and they'll be fighting here, and it puts the TRNC on the map. You must get some. You need to knock on some doors now and get some sponsorship, I think.
Yeah, we have some sponsors. The Nestle are the biggest sponsor in this organization. Also, Falyalı Brothers supports us always. But now it's gonna be more, I think, because we're gonna improve our organizations. We have to make the organizations like how the Europe does, England does. So we need more money for this. So we're gonna go to the sponsors, and they're gonna come to us as well.
Gonna go looking.
Do you have? I mean, aside from all these international matches, maybe you should promote the more local matches here. Invite everyone again to come and see people. The other guys fighting.
We're gonna do that as well.
Yeah?
Like as an amateur. They're gonna fight between each other.
Yes.
But as a professional level, we're gonna choose. Pasha gonna choose some guys who are ready. Because you asked, for example, 2 minutes ago, are they the best ones? They are the best ready ones now.
The ones that are ready.
The ones are ready. But there are other fighters as well. They can be, if they train, they will be ready. And Pasha gonna decide that you are ready. Now you can go to the professional level.
Yeah.
So.
And what do the guys think? The boxers, are they excited about all the developments at the moment?
They have an aim now. They
Yeah?
used to fight each other before, but nothing happened. Now they say that, I can be a professional, I can earn money. They have an aim. They have their dreams can come true.
Goal to hit now.
Make it like a professional sport. That this is what I want to do. This is my life.
They're fighting each other.
Yeah.
And then they're fighting each other. Then they fight. Now they can turn professional and they can go and fight people from different countries, and they can compete. They have a goal to hit. It's not just about becoming a boxer and just fighting in North Cyprus. They can now go as high as they want to, as high as they want to work for. They can go. They've got a goal to hit.
Is that important, Sugar, when you are, a boxer and you're training and you're working out and you're doing this, to have a goal to say, I want to reach this level, I want to go abroad? Because a lot of sports people here, I mean, any sport, not just football, or it could be, karate, judo, it could be tennis, it could be any sport. people want to do it on a more international level.
Of course.
But it's always either maybe via Turkey, going under the Turkish banner. I mean, there was a girl, Melis Redif, she was an athlete. She went to the Olympics in 2012, in the London Olympics, but she was under the banner of Turkey.
Yeah.
And I think don't you think it'd be nice for everyone to be, you know, to recognise that, you know, the TRNC,
It's
to
giving
say,
them
I'm
the-
out there as North Cyprus.
It's giving the boxers here an opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
You know, if you told me, right, you can train as a boxer and you can fight this weekend, and then we've got a fight for you over there next weekend, and I say, okay, and I will just go out and just do what I can. If you tell me, right, if you win this fight and you keep training hard and you go, we're going to go to England, we're going to have a fight here, and if you win this one and then win this one, then we've got a title opportunity, I'm going to work twice as hard, and I'm going to want that, and it's going to be my goal. You're giving the youngsters here a goal to hit now.
Yeah.
They're not just, all right, I'm a boxer, let me walk around and everyone knows I'm a boxer. They're going to hit new heights. And it's not only going to represent their country, it's, you know, it's going to give them a goal. And that's the main reason. That's what we want to do. We want to show that it's possible. If you work hard enough, it's possible to do.
You must inspire your own students at the school. Do they know that you are Sugar Hassan?
They do.
And so they know that.
They keep
you know,
trying to punch me.
Yeah. Forget English, sir. Come on, just a few rappers.
No, they like it. A lot of the kids want to start boxing because of it.
Yeah.
A lot of them ask me. I've got 2 kids that have gone to a local boxing club now because they heard I'd done it. And a lot of parents are always asking me if I'm going to start boxing classes at school, which I can't do. You have to wait for the government to say I'm allowed to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, they do. They love it. They always like, if I come with a black eye, they always like to laugh at me. And
Yeah. They want to see your shiner.
have you seen Mr.
see the
Sugar?
bruise.
Look, his black eye.
Is there like, you know, you were sort of like from football, you went to train, and then they gave you the boxing gloves, you enjoyed it, you became professional. Is there a type of personality, a physique for boxing? If you look at that guy, and that your students, you said there a couple of them want to go and do the boxing, you know, going to boxing because of you. Can you look at a youngster and say, well, you know, you're not really cut out for this sport?
No, because anyone can do it. If anyone wants to do it, they can do it, and anyone can be taught. Fighting at a high level obviously takes a lot of time and training to do so, but I'm pretty sure anyone can be turned into a fighter at some level, or, you know, it doesn't matter what level it is, everyone can turn to a fighter no matter what level it's at.
Well, you must have a lot of patience, and you're a very gentle soul being a teacher, so obviously you don't have to be aggressive to be a fighter. You don't want to go, look, I really want to, you know.
We also want to show that boxing is it's not about being an aggressive person or trying to go out and have a tear up or have a fight, and, you know, if you're at a bar, I'm a boxer, I'll fight. It's not about that. Boxing's a gentleman's sport.
Yeah.
It's a smart sport. You've got to be smart. You've got to think about what you're doing. It's not just about going into a ring and punching someone's head off.
You've got to know the next move.
You've got to plan 3 moves ahead. You've got to know what they're going to do. You've got to, you know, you've got to evaluate what's happening in the ring in front of you, because it's only you and them. So, you know, it's not about violence. It's a gentleman's sport, and it's a smart sport, and I suppose I'm trying to show people that I can do a teaching job in the day and still box, you know, after working at the weekends. And it's not about your character and who you are. You haven't got to be a violent person to do that.
So anyone who's got an interest in that sport,
Anyone.
if they've got, and it's quite hard as well. I mean, you've got to train a lot, isn't it? It doesn't look, you know, oh, I can go and hit any, you know, I can hit. I've got a good punch. I've got a good left hook.
People think they can go and just hit, you know, but you can't. I guarantee someone that doesn't train will give them 2 minutes on a punch bag, and they wouldn't last 2 minutes on a punch bag. You have to train hard, and you have to be dedicated. You have to eat right, and, you know, sleep at the right times, and it is hard, but it becomes your way of life. If you're doing it seriously like we are, it becomes your way of life, and you just become used to it, and you live for it. You live for it. I live to get up in the morning. I love to go and see my children at school, and I love to go train after. No matter how tired I am, I love to go train after. I love the weekends when I get to go to Pile and train with Pasha. You know, it's what I look forward to. That much that my wife comes with me all the time as well, because So
She
yeah,
must be proud of you. She knows what she got
hope
into.
so.
She married you nearly 2 months ago, so she must know what she's got her.
she knows what she's got herself into. Yeah.
And but you must be, very, very happy at the moment.
I'm very happy.
proud to be part of this in the TRNC.
I'm very lucky that I have, like I said, I have my wife. I'm very lucky I have these two people wrapped around
Good
me.
timing, isn't it? Good timing that, you arrived 2 years ago, Mehmet is here, Yiltan's got the federation, you've now got Biba coming as well, which means you can go back to professional
Fighting.
level.
Yeah,
And
everything happens for a reason.
Everything happens for a very good reason.
Everything
a very good
happens for a reason.
Mehmet, so finally, to summarise, we've got a few minutes left. This is the last time that Sugar Hassan will be fighting amateurish.
Yes, right.
Next weekend.
Next weekend,
We
that's
have
right.
the Showtime, the fight at the Atatürk Sports Stadium
Yep.
in the afternoon, next Sunday, the 8th of April.
Yep.
Everyone's invited.
Everyone's invited. It's free.
It's free entry.
Yeah. Just come make some noise, enjoy some great
And
fights.
the atmosphere is good. And will you have the ladies going round one, ding,
I hope
ding?
so.
Yeah.
Maybe you can get your wife to do that. She's very beautiful, so
She don't want me to leave and sit there.
make it a family
There's
thing.
ring
But-
girls, what?
But after that,
Yeah.
very, very serious. Lots of bantering between you and Biba and the
Yeah,
Federation.
that's it.
Getting, professionals over here. Do we have a date, a timeline for this, or do we have any names
listen,
even? Or you don't want to reveal?
Actually, Tessif Khan contacted me yesterday. He's an IBF world title contender, European title holder. Saeed Jamal, recent IBF intercontinental champion. All have contacted me, all Bieber fighters. Lee McAllister, Lee Murtaugh have all contacted me. These are promoters and trainers out in the UK, all interested in coming over here. I've had the head of the WBF, Dave Murphy, he's contacted me. Look, Bieber TRNC is here. Bieber TRNC is here to stay. We're getting out there. We're getting that flag out there. We're getting our fighters
Watch your
out there.
space, as they say.
At 100%.
Definitely. And finally, Yiltan, if anyone wants to find out more about the Federation or to learn more about boxing, they can come along to the event and meet you guys there next Sunday. But also, is there a website or a Facebook page, or how can they find out more about the TRNC Boxing
We have a
Federation?
Facebook page,
Yeah.
TRNC Boxing, and also Biba has one web
Yeah.
page.
Yeah.
And also come to the Federation's boxing gym, which is in the old quarters of...
Yeah, every night, 7 o'clock, we train in there.
Every night at 7.
Yeah, 7 o'clock.
Where exactly? Describe it
It's
where it is.
Basharan Sports Center in the Walled City.
Right, okay then. So they can come and find you there,
Yeah.
and we are
They
welcoming
can
you,
train with us. It's free as well in there. We don't take any money.
young, old,
Doesn't matter.
young girls, young boys, anyone
Anyone, whoever wants.
who wants to put the
join.
gloves on, do a bit of sparring. Everyone's welcome, yes?
Exactly.
And I want to say thank you very much for coming in today. To all of you guys, it's been a pleasure
Thank
to have
you.
you here.
Been a pleasure,
Thank you for taking
thank
time off work to join
no
us
problem.
at BRT.
Thank you.
It's a great honour to have you here and finally meet you, Sugar.
very much.
I wish you all the best. And by the way, what category are you fighting at the moment now?
I'm a light welterweight at the moment, 63 kg.
Right. You don't look like, you're, how can you be 63?
It looks like 4 stones soaking wet. No, it's all right.
My God, my God. I'm half your size and probably not, I'm not double the weight, but anyway, I'm not going to say my weight. But yeah, so you'll be in that category again.
In that category, yeah.
And you'll be fighting this Sunday with your equivalent from Palestine. Are you excited about the match?
I am excited, of course I'm excited. I want to go and show what we've been working on for the last 2 years. So
Yeah.
I am excited because this is just the next step. So once this is done on Sunday, we then move on to bigger things as well. So
Sky's the limit, they say.
sky's the limit. Let's just show everyone that wants to come along and cheer our boys on Sunday. Let's show them what we can do.
Yeah.
And then and we'll take it to the next step after.
And finally, Mehmet, you're one of the guys here who instigated this conversation.
Yeah.
You've brought the level of boxing in the TRNC to a very high standard now, hopefully even better.
Yeah.
Thank you for all your efforts, for your
It's
contacts.
been my pleasure.
Without you, maybe all of this wouldn't have happened.
Well,
great
Yiltan
team.
as well. We are a great team. We really work
Yeah.
well together. We understand each other. Yiltan's got his strengths. I've got mine, and he does what he does, and I do what I do, and we work together. We've got a great team of people behind us. Great support network.
And you're at your own gym.
Yep.
Mainly when you there. Where
I'm there every day,
Every day.
training people. So that's,
And this is in the village of Pillare.
that's in Pillar, yeah. So
Right.
if you ever want to, you want to come across and have some special one-to-one sessions, work on your skills. Come
What's the name of the gym?
It's me, Team Pasha.
Ah, Jim Pasha. All right then.
There you go.
So we can see that. Obviously, you'll all be there
Yeah.
next Sunday at the boxing event. Good luck with everything. May the best team, best country win,
There
or the
you
best boxers win.
There you go.
And I wish you all the best for boxing. Keep us informed about how things develop.
We will. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Take
Thank
care.
you very much.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
And with that, we've come to the end of this very interesting couple conversation with Yiltan Zabit, Mehmet Pasha, and with Shukri Ata Hassan, or Sugar Hassan. And if you are interested in the sport, definitely go to the Atatürk Sports Stadium in Lefkoşa next Sunday, 3 p.m. Free entry to all, and you can watch TRNC boxers fight with their Palestinian equivalents, and this will be a start of something brilliant in the world of boxing here in the TRNC. So see you, put your boxing gloves on. Until next time we meet, take care, have a great week. Bye-bye.